members who should join, members who shouldn't join, things like everything Faze. This shit is tattooed on my body. I've got like 3 Faze tattoos on my body, man. I don't mean shit. I've got a tattoo of a dick as well. Like, what does that mean?
Everything going on with Faze right now is just really sad. Like, and I'm the biggest, like, this is my dream and it's been my passion since I was a little kid. So I'm just watching all this transpire, and it's kind of sad to see like where things are at right now. I'll obviously always rep Faze. My whole setup's Faze. I'm rocking a Faze keyboard right now. Like, I can kind of get it in the cam. And then like mouse pad, everything. Rocking a Faze Nuke Squad shirt right now. It's pretty much everything I do. I have the shoes now. I have a tattoo on my leg. But like, I live and breathe for this brand and this group and this team and this family. It's really sad to see that there's like all this trouble going on, but I know in the end these guys are all smart and they all brought it to where it is today. Whether there's the bad side of things or the good side of things, they brought it further than anyone ever predicted them to, except for the real ones like us, like this fan base that's still striving for that OG Faze feel. We all know that there's a place for it still, and it's gonna all work itself out. These guys are smart; they'll fix it.
Obviously, I've seen Norden's video,
I have
seen
confidence.
Tico's video, I've seen Blaze's video. There's a lot.
Where the hell do you have that tattoo? How do I not know about that, bro? I did not know you had a dick on you. What the hell?
Of things in there I agree with.
hell?
There is really nothing in there that I disagree with. Some things I want to comment on that I can expand on, but everything these guys are saying is right, man. You know, it's really sad to see what's happened over the last few years. The corporation side of Faze is what has grown. It's like a huge monster inside of the brand that is just hungry, nasty, disgusting. Like, I don't even know what words to put into like the corporation side of it. It's soulless, and that reflects in what we see now.
Businessman, man.
Soulless. So
Maybe
back when I was in Faze, I actually tried to form what I didn't realize was actually a talent union. I was trying to get all the guys together to come and realize that, like, what is going on? What are we doing? What are we doing right now? I wanted all of the talent to be treated fairly, equally, to have what they deserved. Even back then, I was never claiming I was one of.
That's true though. Kay always has had like a solid heart, despite everything that went on, and I know that's like the main thing going on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube comments, Twitch, is you'll see if someone's talking about Kay, you see a lot of negative heat brought around because of like what went on. But you can't argue the fact that he does have a good heart and he's always been good for Faze, regardless of what went on. Like, a lot of that's something that I won't touch on today. It's not my place, but it's not his. Like, he's got a good heart. And if you don't agree with that, you obviously haven't watched enough of his content or been around long enough.
For the OG New York house lot like Tico and Norden and that, I understand the role they played and I understand the role I played too. Like, it was so bad to the point that when I moved to Vegas before Jarvis's fight, Tico didn't even want to make videos for Faze Clan, even though I was the one making them. It was nothing about me. It was nothing to do with me. It was because he wasn't being treated fairly, bro. And it showed me how weak they are and how right what Norden now is trying to do is. He is right. Norden is absolutely right. Faze should have come together as a group of talent and tried to take the company back. You know, in hindsight, now it's too late. Maybe it's not. I hope it's not. But obviously it would have been way better to happen years ago. But when I kicked up a fuss and said, hey guys, corporation, we aren't going to do this unless you make this equal and fair, they got on a flight the next day and came to us. It showed me how weak and scared they were. They got on calls with, I'm not going to drop their names, but 2 of the biggest Faze members back then to try and sign them to deals that would take them away from what I was trying to build, which was fairness, equality, fucking what you deserved, bro. What all of us deserved. Maybe I don't now, and I accept that. I don't give a fuck. I just need to tell the world what I feel, man. This is what I care about. Saying this shit, bro. This is crazy, brother. You know, without Norden doing what he did for Faze, back when it was Norden's time to shine, man. Everyone in Faze has had their time to shine, you know, it's how it is. When Norden had his time to shine, he was posting how many videos a day? For how long? Like, he paved the way. Do you think when I blew up, I knew that I had to make that many videos, that I knew how much work I had to put in? I knew that because Norden had done it. He set in stone the fuck.
Yeah, Norton's a fucking G. He is a veteran to this shit. Like, he put a lot of this on the map. Him and a lot of these founders put a lot of this on the map. So it is a big thing when Norton's getting slapped in the face. After everything that guy's been through and the heart he has, it's kind of rough to see. As well as Tico. Like, he's one of those guys that I've looked up to a lot in the gaming space. And I've never been perfect at my own content upload, but they're vets in the game. You can't deny the fact that they put all of this on the map.
Blueprint for what it takes to be the top of the Faze chain, the top of the biggest Faze member. But the thing is, the corporate side of Faze stand the value of what Norden did
Money,
for the team,
man.
what Norden set the blueprint for.
So this is like one thing I wanted to address, and especially at this point, because I feel like between a lot of Faze members, a lot of people have to like kind of prove what they've done or done for this brand to them, because a lot of them are so disconnected and don't get what we've all done. So it's made us all kind of have to talk about ourselves more at this time, just because they don't fully understand. I just want every person in Faze to know and keep in mind, we have all done our part for Faze. And that's why the whole everything being fair, everyone getting what they deserve matters, because I don't think what I did matters a million times more than what he did. You know what I mean? Obviously, everybody had their time, and when it mattered might have been slightly more important, because like that was the birth of Faze versus like this keeping up something that was already big. I can hear and understand that, but at the same time, I respect and love everything every single person has done. And I feel like because we never got the validation, I guess, from the corporate side who actually like gave people what they got, we maybe felt snubbed of what we did, and we feel like they didn't give you enough because of what you did, and they never understood it, and they only look at it from what you do forward, and you feel like what you did before wasn't compensated or paid attention to or acknowledged, and that might have made so many people feel sour coming up because they feel like what they did wasn't recognized. But between us, obviously that was all recognized, and I wish that us just praising each other and respecting each other could have been enough. But of course, when it comes to business and when it comes to people getting like money and shares and whatnot, you'll feel a completely different way. So I feel like it's been everybody trying to like prove what they've done for Faze, and then it just creates this friction between members who feel like they both got something to prove, and it's just been messy because of that too, you know. And I don't want anybody to feel like what they did matter. Every person part of Faze history mattered to what they did,
Yeah.
and people should have been treated as such. But obviously, what happened, and you know,
what I
it is what it is. But
did.
as long as we know that going forward.
They think that if they collab with Champion again, or go say, hey, look, we got Disney, or, you know, we got Snoop Dogg in the house, man, that it's just gonna fill the hole. No, bro. And all the
I
people that
get
are like
that.
us, like Norden, like Tico, were pushed away from their greed. Like, the talent were completely neglected in Faze the entire time. I'm really only touching on the surface in this video, really touching on the very top of the surface, because this would go on for years, man. This video would be like 2 hours long. Maybe I'll just fucking do it one day, honestly. Like, I've always had a very difficult relationship with the CEO of Faze. The CEOs, there's been multiple, but all of them. Hopefully one day I'll be able to come out and say everything. I'll never forget one time when me and
Damn.
Tico, originally, we were trying to fight for ourselves against these big corporate giants in 2019. And they sat down with me and Tico and basically said to us, you are worthless, you are nothing without us. That is what they said to us. I remember how upset it made Tico. I remember how upset it made me. And I know we felt this way for a long time. Maybe you guys might think differently.
And it's like, who even is us? Like, y'all are a bunch of boomers. Y'all don't know
Wow.
anything about that. Y'all just came to our company and took over and act like, what? What do you mean us? What y'all stole? Stop acting like y'all are anything. That's the craziest part.
Do you agree?
Holy. And obviously, you guys know he's not talking about like us or the owners. Like,
We're also gonna
no,
we're
not
gonna
saying
fix
that, no.
this.
CEO of
Obviously,
Faze
never
told
said
me
that.
then.
Jess wanted to start a business.
Jess, you need to sell those.
And then this happened.
But yeah, that's fucking wild, bro.
The only reason that Jarvis
wanna
was
watch
ever
Madden.
big was because he joined Faze. The only reason. Every single person that has ever worked at Faze and left, or most of the time been fired because they didn't agree with what the CEOs were saying, thinks the same thing we are.
Damn.
Because I've spoken to all of them. A lot of them now work at 100 Thieves and other places, and I know this because I see them working there, and I know how they feel, and I bet they're fucking loving this. I just want to put this out there because I care about every single person watching
Shit.
this, truly. Especially
That was a shot to the heart. Saying that they're working over at 100 Thieves, and I bet they're what, man? I'm sorry, like, regardless of what goes on in this, it's like phase up till I die, man. That's my plan. That's my only goal, my only org I'm focused on, the only one I want to get into. That's it. It's the only org I ever want to get into, the only org I ever want to work for, work with, be a part of that family. But I think this will all work out. I hope they get back into the small content creator thing. It's hard for us. It's hard for us people that are sitting here grinding and really, really trying to be a part of this family, but they don't want that content creator end of things right now, or else maybe we just got to put in more work, people. Like us content creators that are smaller, coming forward, making our content, trying our best, coming forward with our streams all the time, our uploads, our networking. But sometimes we got to put in a little bit of extra juice. It might not be that they've completely strayed away from the whole like getting the influencer side of things to where like they have the content creation team, they have that network of people that people want to click on and watch. They might not be straying away from that. It might just be we got to put in a little more work, and I'm ready to do that. I'm gonna keep going, regardless of where it's at. I'll never switch up.
Actually, some of the corporate people in Faze that actually did do a good job. There is a couple of them, unfortunately, on the lower level that don't have as much power as the big dogs. But there was a couple people in there that actually genuinely cared. Now I think there's just one left, but she or he doesn't have enough power to do anything, which is unfortunate. And I know they feel the same way I do, the same way Tico does, the same way Norden does, the same way every other Faze member feels but hasn't said it publicly yet. You know, every single time a new talent joined, it was my job because of the channel I had then, the amount of views I was getting then, the amount of views Jarvis was getting, being the faces of Faze, being, you know, the people that everyone wants to come and meet. It was my job when a new talent joined to make videos.
Did Adapt come
with them,
forward at
make
all?
them feel included,
Right.
which I did because I loved it. I remembered what it felt like to join Faze, man, and like it's a bit daunting and
Probably
to
felt
be welcomed with
phenomenal.
open arms into a video of like the biggest channel. I know how much that would have made me. I know how that would have made me feel back in the day. I know Norden's been through a lot. I know he's been through his phases, but please, he can sound manic. I've seen the comments, but listen to him, man. He has the best interest for Faze at heart. I know he does. So does Tico. I did try
They are
to go
genuine
back to Faze
dudes.
Clan last year.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, Frederick, because that's all I've wanted them all to know is that I have the best intention for them and for the brand and everything. But obviously, the people the brand is the people, so obviously, but I want them to obviously get what they deserve, and in turn, that helps the brand because Faze is a collection of those people, right? So I have to make them feel the best that they can and make them feel understood, acknowledged, and compensated for everything that they've done and continue to do, right? So that's all of.
I love the messages
and that's the only way Faze
they
can get
put
back to where it
out
ever was. Is if
sometimes.
everybody is
Norton's
happy
so
with what they're
good.
getting and actually feels like they got what they deserve. They feel like they can move forward with Faze with a happy attitude. Because right now everybody's just sour and they feel some type of way and they're not, contributing to Faze the way they used to because of all the things that have happened in the past. And it's like, bro, I just want every single one of us to drop that and move forward. And I can't wait for that, bro. I know there's gonna be a day soon where that happens, and I just can't wait. Or maybe I'm just being blindly optimistic, but I just believe, man. I know I'm not, but I just believe.
After me being kicked, Jarvis not being in Faze, we went back to them and said, hey, this is what we'll come to Faze to do. I will come and be behind the scenes in Faze and make all your videos again like I was when you were getting views and when it was good and when there was people of the culture understanding and creating culture for culture. I don't think it makes sense, but
I'd love to have him behind the camera
I hope you know
again.
what I'm saying.
It's good.
It's taken me a while to like have the courage to
He had a
make this. I've
content
been
creating
wanting
eye.
to make something like this for a long time. For a long time I've been wanting to do this. I want to give a huge props to Tico for having the courage to come out and do what he did, because as I said to you on text, Tico, it's given me the courage to do this, brother. Seriously, mate. Norden too. You guys may hate this, you may love it, but this is how I feel, and I can't change that, and I never will change that. All of the founders, you four, I couldn't have more love for you, and I know you know that. Truly,
we know that,
truly,
bro.
guys, I do.
And we'll only love Fraser too. Damn. But dude, I'm just happy people are speaking, because it makes me not look so fucking crazy, does it? Golly. But I'm honestly happy all this is happening. I'm happy people are talking about it. I'm happy people are finally telling the truth about what their experience with Faze has been. And it's like how that's not good. Regardless whether you can relate to us or not, you should at least know how this kind of stuff works. I mean, it happens in almost every single industry, and we don't want it to happen to this one because this is the one we actually care about. I mean, that's why I spoke, because I'm like, bro, I see what's
I
clearly
want that
happening, and I don't want that to
1000%
happen, and I don't want
fabric,
that to be
man.
the norm, because as soon as it's the norm, it's too late. It's like anything else in life that we just do that we doesn't really make sense why we do it, but we do it anyways. It's because it's so normal that no one's going to fight against it. So you have to stop these things before they happen. Fraser, I'm proud of you for speaking out about that as well. And just everybody who continues to speak and just, be honest about their, relationships with Faze and everything that's happened. But yeah, that's all, Fraser. I love you, brother. I'm proud of you for making this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Speedboard Orange Shadow, Faze, man. Keep it real. See y'all later.
Love that, dude. Yeah, basically everything going on right now, I will never ever speak negatively upon the brand. It is exactly what I want for my future. It is my whole goal is to join Faze Clan. So that's not my part in all this. I'm just definitely surprised to see everything coming out, and I'm really hoping things all work out and we get that strong bond back of all those creators. They're phenomenal and genuine people. The only people I've had the pleasure of meeting are Adapt, Temper, and yeah, no, that's it. Adapt and Temper, and then like Carrie, I've met via virtually, like Faze Mew, but Adapt and Temper are the only two I've had the pleasure of like actually speaking to. But let's hope this all works out, man. Love this clan. I love Faze. I love everything that they stand for, and I'm hoping that this future is positive for them and that these guys can all come together and create that strong bond again. But anyways, Faze up as always, and have a good, magnificent day.